the world does this to us. This is left brain versus right brain thinking in many regards. I hate to be, oversimplify creativity, but creativity does use the right brain more than the left brain, and most of us are rewarded throughout life to use our left brain. Thank goodness I now get rewarded to be weird. So now, when we give our kids their first coloring book, what do we tell them to do? Color inside the lines. Right, right. I hope you have workers' comp. We give them a coloring book. This is what we see, okay? We see these little lines to color within, and then we expect that when they're done, that it'll look like this, right? All the colors right inside the lines. You know what your kids see? They see options, all right? They don't see the lines, but we show them the lines. Magic. That's the best it gets. Like I said, most organizations encourage left brain thinking. There are some rare exceptions. If you ever follow the best companies to work for in America, it's always the same ones, usually every year. Nordstrom, Disney, Ritz-Carlton, Southwest Airlines. This is an old ad. It's a little fuzzy. But it's an ad, a recruiting ad. And it's a coloring book page, and the colors are all over the place. And it says, Brian shows an early aptitude for working at Southwest Airlines because he colors outside the lines. Now, you can't see the Post-it note, but that Post-it note is from the teacher. It says, Brian, please try to color inside the lines. We're going to fix them, right? What is wrong with coloring outside the lines? No harm is done. I know, and if you know how to color inside the lines anyway, I know what we're trying to teach our kids. But this is just a small example. Has anyone ever flown Southwest Airlines? Are they different from US Airways? Good different?
Yes.
What's different about them?
No baggage fees.
Okay. Anything else? They're fun. They're crazy. They're nuts.
It's more relaxed. You can pick your seat when you get there. There's no structure to it.
The founder of Southwest Airlines, who is no longer there, his name was Herb Kelleher. Have you ever, anybody familiar with Herb Kelleher? He was the opposite of your normal corporate executive. He created that environment, that tone, that culture. He was totally politically incorrect. He drank wild turkey, smoked unfiltered Camels. When he was on the plane, he'd be out handing out peanuts with the flight attendants. On Black Thursday, is that what they call it? The biggest travel day of the year, Thanksgiving. He would go out and do baggage handling and ticketing, and he basically was just an amazing guy. He created this culture. One of the questions they ask all potential candidates to come to work at Southwest is, tell me your favorite joke. Now, if you were on a job interview and they said, tell me your favorite joke, wouldn't you go, what's that got to do with flying planes? Well, at Southwest, it has a lot to do with it because you have to have a sense of humor. They diffuse conflict with humor. When something goes wrong on a plane, they apologize, sure, but then they create a laughter, create a ha-ha. I was on one plane where, years ago, I'm sitting across the aisle and they're serving chicken. And the guy across the aisle from me rings the call button, calls the flight attendant. The flight attendant comes back and he says, my chicken's bad. So what are you going to do? You're at 30,000 feet. You got to send out for more? Flight attendant picks up the chicken and spanks it. Says, bad chicken. And then put it back down. Now, how can you not laugh like you're bad chicken? What a great, now at US Airways, that flight attendant would have gotten written up. Progressive discipline, right? It's inappropriate. How many of you listen to the safety instructions on the airplane? You do? Well, good for you. You're the only one. because you're polite. Most of us have heard it so many times we can recite it, verbatim. But isn't it really rude for people to be talking and texting and ignoring the flight attendant when they're going through that safety announcement? I think it's just bad form. And you see it all the time. I was on one where, I hope I get this right, the flight attendant decided to give the safety announcement to the tune of the Beverly Hillbillies theme. Come and listen to a story about a man named Jed. He put his seatbelt on so he wouldn't be dead. So listen to the rules and don't be rude, and later in the flight, you might get some food. Peanuts, that is. High fat, low cost. The next thing you know, you're running out of air. But don't despair, there's oxygen up there. I said, grab a mask and stick it on your face and hug a seat cushion and pray for grace. Pray, I said, real fast, real loud. That's all I'm doing.